What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Berk, aka Dansquare here, and welcome to this special video in which we are going to be talking about the 24/7 Final Fantasy community stream on the channel. Now, believe it or not, it has been 7 years. Now, I've had so many milestones on this channel, it's been a true blessing to be able to be around for this long and to enjoy so many milestones with you guys, but this one definitely has to be one of the most special. Anytime the 24/7 stream makes it to another year, it's just like a massive success, I think, for the stream and for the format and for the community. So of course what I wanted to do was to draw attention to the fact that we have made it to 7 years, and we are at this point the only 24/7 stream on the entirety of YouTube across like all genres, like music, like security cameras, like city cam, whatever it might be, anything you want. You cannot find a 24/7 stream on YouTube that has an older start date than our one. And that to me is truly incredible, considering the humble beginnings that it began with. And like the initial premise, I wasn't even sure if it was going to last a few weeks, let alone a few months, let alone a few years. And here we are in year number 7. It's truly insane. And obviously I want to take some time to thank you all for allowing the stream to survive for that long, because it's really it's very self-evident that the main reason the stream exists is because you guys are able to continue tuning in and continue supporting the project. I've obviously done my bit over the years. Like, we literally started with just Final Fantasy X as like a little sort of introductory thing. Obviously I knew that's the one that was going to get the most people in to initially test the idea, and once we confirmed that there's enough interest in this, then as of that point I had Final Fantasy 8 to 15 on there, like recorded and ready on the channel. And the fact that since then I've literally added 1 to 7 as well, Final Fantasy Remake, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and then Final Fantasy 16 as well. So we have 1 through to 16 on the same stream, has been truly epic. And you guys have been there every step of the way. So I want to thank you all so much for being a part of it. Now, of course, a special shout out goes to my moderation team. It's literally still basically the same group of people, at least for about 5 or 6 years now. And I love those guys to bits. We've become basically like a family. We still speak to each other all the time. And I really just appreciate what they've done so much as a collective. Now, from my own perspective, I think the stream has gone on so long that there's no way anyone, especially myself, could have predicted like how long it was going to go and where we'd all be in our lives literally 7 years after it began. Obviously, once it was very fresh and very new, I dedicated every bit of time that I had to try and make sure I was there in the stream to welcome people, to help build the community, and to help create a great environment in there, and try to at least set some kind of example for how I wanted the stream to be in the future. And now that we are 7 years into the future, when I look back on it, I can say I'm just incredibly proud of what you guys have done with the moderation team and with the regular people that are there in the stream and the newcomers that come in. Like, we've built, I think, one of the best communities for Final Fantasy on the entire internet. And it's been great for me because nowadays, obviously, again, it's been 7 years. So many things in my life have changed since I've begun the stream. Most of them have been in a positive way, thankfully, but they're in ways in which I just don't get to spend as much time in the stream as I used to. The channel is busier than it's ever been. Like, I record and upload more content than I did in 2018. So my production's gone up. And of course, alongside that, I have a lot more personal responsibilities now as well compared to 2018. I'm a little bit older, a little bit busier, and of course have a lot more adulting responsibilities. I was like 27 when I first started the stream. Now I'm 33, going to be 34 in like a couple of weeks. And so life is moving really fast, but one constant has been there the last 7 years, and that is the stream. And so I'm thankful to all of you guys, to all of the moderation team, and to everyone as a collective for helping to keep this thing alive. And so the plan is kind of simple. Like, in that sense, I'm really proud because I feel like what I aimed for the stream has kind of come to fruition. I always knew that it wouldn't be the case that I'd be able to be there sort of, I don't know, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, like lurking and checking in with everyone and just sort of helming the stream constantly because I've just got too many other things to do. But what I've been able to do, I think, and what you guys have been able to do and what the moderators have been able to do is to create a general sense of community and a place where I think everyone generally, I think, understands what we're trying to achieve, and people tend to like behave and play by the rules in a way that I think keeps it fun and keeps it welcoming for as many people as possible. And so I think in that sense, I feel comfortable, because even though I'm not in there as much, when I do come in or I am lurking, I'm checking things out, I very rarely see things that I don't want to see. And I think you guys have really taken up the mantle, and it is your stream in that sense. Of course, it began as like my stream, my content, but as time goes on, I think you guys have really started to take over it as a collective. And I think it's beautiful to see, because that's kind of what the stream was all about. It could never be just about me being in there all the time. It's about you guys as a community stream. And the reason it exists is so that people can collectively enjoy Final Fantasy together and hopefully have a good time in there. And that's, I think, what it's been able to achieve for the last 7 years. So thank you all so much for helping to make that happen. At this stage, I don't even know like how far we can take this thing, because at the end of the day, we've settled into a nice routine. I mean, the way that I'm running the stream, behind the scenes, the nuts and bolts of it, it's all working pretty well. It's been stable for a long time. Of course, we have some hiccups here and there, but that's normal. And hopefully, I mean, as long as the viewership and the community continues to stay alive, we can basically keep the stream running indefinitely. And worst case, if something really goes wrong technically and the stream goes down, we'll just have to restart things and just sort of keep it going the way it was before. But for now, thankfully, we've been able to keep the same link that we started on. Well, the first link was like 57 days or something, and then we needed to switch to a new one to change a few parameters. But since then, since August the 3rd, 2018, we've been able to keep the same link as well, which has been truly insane. And so you can literally see the start date on the stream. So I think the next big goal is, of course, 10 years. I think I would love to say, like in 3 years' time, make another one of these and literally, again, open with, it's been 10 years. And we'll celebrate in a big way, I think, to commemorate 10 years of the 24/7 stream. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing my bit. The team is doing their bit, like both Real Deal in terms of like behind the scenes, trying to make sure the stream is maintained in the best way possible. A massive shout out to him specifically for that. My moderation team as a whole, they're doing their best. Again, it's been 7 years. So many things have changed in their lives as well. And collectively, they're still doing their best to make sure they show some kind of presence. And even if they're not there actively chatting all the time, we're trying to make sure we're always keeping an eye on what's happening on the stream. And even if we're not there in the moment to intervene, we generally tend to see or know about everything that's happening. And if we need to intervene, then we tend to step in and hopefully sort things out as well. So just a huge thank you to everybody. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for the 10-year anniversary, and we'll do something big to celebrate. Now, you might be thinking, what are you doing this time to celebrate? And it's another one of those things where the stream has been around so long that I think for year one, we did something really special where I got you guys to send in videos from where you are to celebrate the first birthday of the stream. And that was super, super fun. And it's still one of my favorite videos I've ever made on the channel. But when you've been around for 7 years, this idea of trying to one-up something or come up with a cool idea for every single year, like I've just not been able to do that. And so I think this year I have come up with something that's a little different to what we've done before. It's not like a massive, crazy celebration idea, but I think it could be fun for people who are regulars of the channel and the community. So what we're going to do is on, I think, oh crap, I need to check my dates. Okay, I double check my dates so I don't get this wrong. On Tuesday, the 19th of August, what we are going to do is I'm going to do my best to be around on the stream basically pretty much all day. From when I wake up to when I go to sleep, I'm generally going to either be chatting in there or trying to keep the stream up and be in there as frequently as I can. And one of the main reasons I want to do this, other than just to hang out and celebrate with you guys, is that on the 19th of August, I'm going to let the community take over the stream. Now, one big thing about the stream has always been like, what's the order of the games? We've got like this semi-randomizer thing going on, and it's always been kind of basically set from our side and to some degree controlled by us. Now, what I wanted to do was actually have the community take over. So you guys become the DJ and you guys get to play whatever you want. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be in the chat, and people in the chat, you guys will have a chance to basically decide what the stream is going to play in that particular moment. So for example, let's say there's something from the Final Fantasy series that I've done on the channel. There's a moment of it that you particularly like, something that's funny that's happened, something that was really cool, something that was really epic, your favorite Final Fantasy game, your favorite Final Fantasy moment. You are going to call the shots. So you're going to say, I don't know, I'm sure this one will come up. It will be like, you know, Dansgo 8, Final Fantasy 10, when he's facing the Albert Sykes and he gets trolled really badly, I want to see that bit. and then we're going to put that on for you guys. And so you're going to get to see that episode playing out. And then once that's finished, I'm going to ask someone else. I'm going to say, what do you want to see? You might say Final Fantasy 12 Buckethead Danzo 8, where I had like a recording issue with my microphone and it sounded really tinny and silly, like I was speaking inside a metal helmet or something. Then we'll put that one on. And I'm sure across the years and across all of the games, many of you guys that have watched a lot of the content will have some of your favorite moments from the games, and you guys will get to call the shots and we'll enjoy a day in which you guys get to take over the stream. And so that's the idea. Of course, that's kind of secondary. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to chat with you guys. We can celebrate together and hopefully have a good time. So that's what we're going to do. Tuesday, the 19th of August. I would love for you guys to pop in and hang out for a little bit, and you'll be able to control the stream for a day. So look forward to that. And hopefully I will see you guys on the 19th to have some fun in the 24/7 Final Fantasy community stream. Now, other than that, before I sign off, I think I want to give a quick mention to something that's been going on recently. The first thing is that I have a PO box now. I'm going to keep it temporarily. I've announced it in a few different ways, but I think it's nice to keep plugging it because there's just so much content generally going on that people miss these things. So it's always a good idea to kind of mention it again for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. The address is going to be in the description. I've already been sent a couple of really cool things. And if anybody wants to send something to me, then that's going to be available for a short time. So definitely make use of that, because I've definitely been asked about it like tens of times, I'd say, over the last 3, 4, 5 years. And now is your opportunity if you ever wanted to send me something. So the PO box is there. It will probably be there for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months or something like that. And then after that, I'll most likely shut it down because I don't think the channel's big enough or the community is big enough that I'm going to constantly kind of have a supply of things. And honestly, like as you can see, it's already pretty full behind me and I don't have a ton of room. So I don't want like tons of random stuff that I can't display or appreciate. So it's going to be temporary. But if you do want to get in on that, definitely check out the description for more information. And the final thing is that we have a kind of membership system on the channel that I have called the Shoe Puff Riders. And of course, over the years, the Hypello has been a major mascot of the channel. Now, recently, there was the Magic the Gathering cards that got released. And within that, they of course had a Ride the Shoe Puff card. And I told you guys that what I would love to do is to get a massive stack of these and basically like give them to people, sign them, and do something fun with these cards. Now, true to my word, I have a whole bunch of Ride the Shoe Puff cards. And basically, I acquired many of these myself. I've been buying them, like whenever I see batches, I just buy them in batches. And a couple of people have been nice enough to send me some of them as well. So I have a whole bunch of Ride the Shoe Puff cards. Now, if anybody wants one of these cards, I did a little test run on Instagram where I posted a story and I was like, does anyone want like a signed Hypello card? And to be fair, I got a lot more responses than I thought. And I spent the last few weeks kind of doing a test run on there and signing them and posting them to people and just sort of testing if this whole thing is going to work. And I think I have like a system for how to do it now. And so what I will say is that if you do want a Hypello card from me, check the description again. There's going to be more information in there. And I'll be happy to sign and send Hypello cards to people. So that's another thing that's going to be available on the channel. It's like a cute little memento, I think. And yeah, so if you are interested in those Hypello cards, definitely check out the description and join many of your community members who have also received one, because it's definitely one of the most iconic mascots of the channel. And I think it's something a little fun for you to have if you're interested. So I think that's everything. The main thing is, of course, the 7 years of streaming Final Fantasy 24/7. Thank you all so much. You guys are the best. That stream is still one of the best things I've ever done in terms of the channel, in terms of my YouTube career. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of you guys. And I'm looking forward to continuing to spend time in there when I can and to celebrate more milestones with you guys. So remember, Tuesday, the 19th of August, the community gets to call the shots. Definitely see if you can pop in and we'll have some fun together. So thank you all for watching. I will see you soon. Take care.